Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Come on, you not breathing with me? Breathe, breathe, and drink. What should we say? And breathe, and drink. Alright, hold on, let's try it. Now, grab your glass for some water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, lift, toast, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Oh, stretch. Move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, then drink. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Ah, man. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy, the 4 pillars, family. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Eat a culturally appropriate diet, drink half your weight in ounces. But hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on now, drink with me. Hold on, I gotta get something off the screen. Drink, 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 drink. Ah. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family, 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 family. I have to say, great, great day. Oh, man, I thought I sent that out. Oh, man, I got so caught up in what I was doing. As I get older, I'm starting to get heartburn and shit. And man, listen, my wife is out of the country and shit, and so of course my daughter, the youngest, gonna try to come sleep with me last night, right? So she sleeping, I mean, like hogging the whole goddamn bed. So I get over in the corner, and she rolled all up on me, breathing all on me. And I'm like, Sasha, get off me. And she was like, no. I'm talking about a deep ass voice. Like this. Them breastfed babies, man, them motherfuckers, listen, they got this breastfed strength and shit. She got aggressive, and I mean, like, it was voices coming out of her that was not her voice. No! Scoot up, no! Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Next time you got to go with your mama, you can't be here. Can't, no, we don't do this shit here in the Gye-Nyame house. I'm pouring libations, so we gonna pour libations, special libations for Sasha and whatever spirits are in her ass when she sleep. Cause I cannot explain that shit. I had to jump up and grab a couple of spiritual books. That's why I was late. Like, what is this shit? What's going on? Throw some shells or some shit. Let's throw some shells on this motherfucker here and see. Hey, Clay.
Yeah.
You dressed?
Yeah.
All right. My car out there running. Go stop it for me.
Okay.
Got to get it warmed up. Get the kids off to school. You know, in this part of the country, I don't know why they just don't take the winter off. I mean, wouldn't that kind of make some sense? Like, have a winter break instead of a summer break? Kids gonna play regardless. Here she go. Kind of spooked. Kind of spooked right now. I don't know whether I should say anything because spirit might jump out at me. Good morning, Sasha Moss. Oh, see, that wasn't the voice I heard last night and shit. I'm like, your mama gotta get back to this motherfucker because I can't do it. This ass not even cool. Got me scared of babies around this mother. That's what happened when you breastfeed. But anyway, title of the show today, of course, is Daily Toast, Kujichagulia, 11-12193. Star date 11-12193. All right, and I'm labeling the show this morning, Beware of the Bagger, right? Or the bagger vances in our community, man. Listen, anybody that talks about the bag constantly, you have to have on your suspect radar. That's called a mercenary. And I'll just keep on trying to tell y'all that. We have to be aware of that shit, right? And of course, what brought this up was the fact of the whole ADOS FBA thing. For those that don't understand, ADOS is a hashtag ADOS. The hashtag was created by Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. And then we now have hashtag FBA, Foundational Black American, right? Which is a phrase coined by Brother Tariq Nasheed. Now, so the whole beef started over the whole beef. No, but the break you talking, I'm talking about like the whole winter from December, let's say December 21st to March 21st. Should actually be when children in the northern hemisphere, if we gonna give them that long of a break, they need to be taking breaks during these cold ass days. Y'all know a lot of parents be like, oh, what about, the best time to take vacations is in the wintertime. Get the fuck away from this if you can take a vacation. Because we never get to take vacation. Well, anyway, this whole beef, right? And I'm listening to events, commentary on Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed did I got some rice for you, Sasha. I got rice for you and Gina. Y'all want rice?
No.
I'll forget you then. I sat up there and made that rice. Well, anyway, so Tone Talks responded to a text that was posted by Tariq Nasheed. Now, the text, for those that don't know, was about I ain't know. Y'all about an hour early.
Can I go back to sleep?
Yeah, you go. Well, yeah, I mean, consider I caught you up watching videos last night. Good grief, real life here. Yeah, exactly. Spam. Anyway, so this whole piece jumped off because Tone Talks made a response to Tariq Nasheed's tech. What is it? Tweet. How you say it? Tweet? I'm old. Tweet about empowerment zones, which really don't benefit us. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have money to take advantage of the tax breaks that come from empowerment zone, it's nothing but a slick way of doing gentrification. That's basically what it is when you look at it, because when it comes to the numbers, we don't have the money to take advantage of a lot of these empowerment zones. But hey, I could be, I say it, but of course I get argument, I get pushback on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Tariq Nasheed got money to take advantage of the empowerment zone, right? See, and I have a problem with bag niggas, right? Niggas that constantly talk about the bag. That bothers me. Why? Because like I said, once again, like in my article that I'm bringing out and a lot of other things, I have noticed the cycles since I've been in the movement. And I constantly watch people come in off the periphery and try to take over shit. Take over shit. I done seen it. I done seen it in the church. I done seen it in the conscious movement. And I'm very, very wary of that shit. And I understand Tariq Nasheed got a lot of followers, but a majority of the followers of Tariq Nasheed, and some of y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this, are motherfuckers who didn't spend their youth doing the research. Get mad. I want some of y'all to get mad about that shit. Some of the people that are Tariq Nasheed followers are basically individuals who did not do the study when they were younger. He gave you a shortcut. He gave you quick access to knowledge that you didn't have. He gave you new game to spit. When there's a lot of motherfuckers out here, this has never been a game for us. This has been reality. Me finding out this shit, I understand what Solomon meant in Ecclesiastics when he's constantly complaining about knowing too goddamn much. That's been my life since I was 19 years old. Since I started reading. Since I opened the goddamn books. I wish in many cases that I didn't, but because I did, now I understand what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, it's okay to make money, but to constantly be talking about the bag and the bag is the primary thing is a motherfucking issue for me. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. He gained them. Old game to spit is not new. See, and it's like, and it's kind of hard having a conversation with people who came into knowing through a Tariq Nasheed video, because you don't have any depth to what the fuck you talking about. A lot of y'all stop at the Tariq Nasheed videos, and I appreciate what he brings. But then to be talking, and because then I heard his piece, and he talking about this leaderless shit. So isn't that what we are right now? Everybody doing what the fuck they want to do. Then we get these young people. You know what I'm saying? They come up with the hashtag ADOS. They get this whole piece jumping off. You know what I'm saying? He shouts them out, and all of a sudden, because he shouted them out, he set them up, supposedly. He should be getting credit. He want to go off and do his own thing. Well, go off and do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? But now, I want y'all to think about this shit here, right? Because I said this yesterday on the text on the ADOS piece when I was talking to the people in Columbus. Does anybody else find it strange that 3 days before the court case that Byron Allen got against Comcast in the Supreme Court that's dealing with all of our civil rights, nobody finds it strange that this shit's popped off right now? Come on now, family. Now we got to deal with it, but we don't need to lose total focus. But this shit has to be dealt with. It was going to have to be dealt with a long time ago. I knew when I started hearing foundational black Americans, because I've been through the shit before. I seen it before. What you do is you have somebody hanging on the edge. They watch whatever's growing, and then they'll jump in and say, "Well, I was doing this anyway, and the shit happened to me twice. Twice. I recognize this shit. Now I can smell this shit." But hey, like I said, I don't want to. Well, fuck it. Let's offend people. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Let's offend people, right? You know what I'm saying? Do some real studying. Get into some real history. Not no quick clicks. Pick a certain part and get into it. I chose myth. I chose spirituality. Huh?
His floor was frozen on the stairs.
Oh man, you just trying. You hoping somebody listening to my show that could cancel school. That's all, yo. There ain't nobody on here that could cancel school. So you going with the little complaints. They, a little bit of snow come, niggas be like, man, please. I used to have to walk 2 miles in 2 miles, right? Well, anyway, it is, man. It is what it is, and it's just it gets so frustrating. I be just looking at and it's like shit is just on rewind, and it's constant, and it's like I just got to watch this shit over and over. It's sort of like you chain down sometimes, and you can't really do nothing, and you can just move your eyes and you can just watch shit happen. Your mouth sealed off, and you see the shit happening, right? And it's like, yo, man, and it's troublesome. So be careful of bagger advances. Be careful of the bagger advances when their discussions start and end with money. Family, the brother is raising $200,000 to do a conference. We just had an ADOS conference that they charged each individual that came $15. But we're going to do a foundational black one for $200,000. He's going to raise $200,000. Now, this is my question. And I said this earlier. After all the money, because he says he got the #1 black documentary, after all that money, why not just secure the venue and sell the tickets? Why do you have to crowdfund to get the shit popping off? Somebody help me understand. And I know some of y'all gonna sit up there and defend that shit. Come on now. We gonna have celebrities and shit? Okay. I understand. All right. In sandals, no less, and had to hop on one foot because the other was jacked from speaking smartly to grandma. He gamed them old games to spit. Not new. None of this shit is new. None of it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the newest aspect of the whole piece is the whole identifier. They ain't even new. That's not even new. You understand what I'm saying? That's not even new. But it's been given an energy and a spirit by these young folks that need our support. They need our support. You know what I'm saying? And in many cases, they need for those in my age grade to kind of surround them. Not be talking this leaderless, headless soldier shit. Come on now, we at motherfucking war. And we got motherfuckers out here talking about, I don't follow nobody. And then I can identify and look at you and be like, you off code. But nobody can tell you off code. So what the fuck is that? Come on now. Give me a motherfucking break. I know that's pimp talk. That's pimp talk. So, I mean, it's like, y'all, come on now. Give me a motherfucking break. Oh, my God. That's off code. You know, so one of the questions I had to ask when people be tough, what is the code? What is the code? You know what I'm saying? And they come out, you know, some people have reasonable answers. But what if I see fighting white supremacy different than you see fighting white supremacy? Am I off code? See, this is why I talk about tribing up. See, because in the tribe, then you can set the code. Right? There's people that hold you accountable. There's people that hold me accountable. There's people that get on my motherfucking nerves and might even attack me if I do some shit wrong. Why? Because I have made a stand and I belong to something. These motherfuckers out here that's talking about they don't belong to nothing, but yet they working for black people are pariahs. Pariahs. You know what I'm saying? See, because a lot of y'all, see, it's like this. Motherfuckers, see, I had the luxury of being able to go to libraries when it was just coming into the computers and all the stuff was logged in. So it was easy for me to find a book. But I worked with a man who spent a lot of time at these motherfucking libraries when they had the card catalog and he had to go through and he had to find this shit, right? And I got to watch this man die broke, right? Then a slick talking motherfucker like Tariq Nasheed takes his information and other people's information and just go around and interview people, and all of a sudden y'all following this motherfucker like he knows something. This motherfucker's re-quoting, he trying to be Nearly Fuller Jr. And y'all, I mean, come on now. And throw turns out like cold. And all of a sudden everybody supposed to be like, ooh. Oh, that's not on code. But yet, this motherfucker play with puppets. This motherfucker still doing high school shit, family. So my question is, are you watching him to learn or are you watching him to be entertained? If you are with him to be entertained, by all means do that shit. But don't pretend like you're trying to learn something. Give me a motherfucking break. Work has to be done. And basically what he just gave motherfuckers permission to do is to do nothing. Nothing but buy his shit. Come on, black folks. No, exactly, Kwame. No skin in the game. Motherfucker, you can't win if you don't put, if you know what I'm saying? It's called grifting. If you don't have skin in the game. We got grifters that have been elevated in our motherfucking community. Grifters. Nigga don't live with you, and if he came over your house, he probably would clown the shit out of you for being in the position that you are in. Give me a motherfucking break. Now, I'm not even gonna bring the other shit up. I wasn't even supposed to be getting all into this shit like this, but it's just it bothers me, man. That shit. This shit is just amazing to me. Right when the civil rights piece, because this is what else bothered me. So Byron Allen went on the Tom Jordan Morning Show. That's the only way I can remember that shit. Right? and explain the plight. So they made it to the end of the interview. And instead of asking, because they presented them with the platform, so maybe that's all they could do. Instead of saying, what can we do? Or what can our listeners do? They say, man, good luck in court. Good luck in court. Give them hell, brother. Give them hell. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Right. And I know a lot of y'all won't even see what's wrong with that. Give them hell, brother. You got individuals, at least, we know Tom Joyner at least a millionaire. What you need, bro? What? Can I put something in on this legal bill? Because I don't have it. I don't pretend like I have that, you know what I'm saying? Because this is money, right? And then, oh my God. All right. And then, like I said, Tariq is talking foul against that shit too. Let me drink my water. All right, so today we're gonna have us some tea. Right now, I am letting the tea brew. I don't add no heat to my process. So we're gonna sample. This is maybe this tea might have been sitting about 10 to 12 hours. We're gonna sample this tea. Right, sounds like you on your own, but we hope we win. You see, because the brother they are going to destroy a civil rights law and make it a but-for argument. You have to prove, it's impossible to prove a but-for argument. What does that mean for us as a group? Give them hell! What does that mean? We got to really start being thinking people here. We have to really start talking. We got to really... All right. So tonight, I'm about to get in and do the show tonight. I have to do the show tonight. Because we got to further discuss this, and I'm gonna want some people to call in, because we're gonna have to really get into this shit, and we're gonna have to really start looking at some of the people that, we got to really start evaluating some of these people that speak for us, and really determine, are they speaking for us or are they speaking for them? So tonight, folktale. We touched on the cock and the jewel. We're going to do the kingdom of the lion. I know we ain't touched that one yet. The beasts of the field and the forest and the lion as their king. He was neither wrathful, cruel, nor tyrannical, but just and gentle as a king could be. During his reign, he made a royal proclamation for a general assembly of all the birds and beasts and drew up conditions for a universal league, in which the wolf and the lamb, the panther and the kid, the tiger and the stag, the dog and the hare should live together in perfect peace and amenity. The hare said, "Oh, how I have longed to see this day, in which the weak shall take the place with impunity by the side of the strong." And after the hare said this, he ran for his life. So, this is going to be a good one. I think we're going to be able to have us a good conversation around this one. So, let's give it a... So we're gonna talk about that one. Is the for those that want to look it up for yourself. This one is going to be called The Kingdom of the Lion. All right, so try to get back and we're gonna get that one up and popping. Hopefully, I can stay awake long enough. Cause last night I was tired. Then I found out somebody was fucking with my checking account. So, it is what it is. Is what it is. All right, so here we go. All right, fam. Check out the e-course. Let me post this up. Sure to check out the e-course. Learn about Gye-Nyame. Learn to build a tribe. Like I said, you always welcome in Gye-Nyame, but shit. Build a tribe. Build a tribe. Because winter times, winter when you ain't got no backup is terrible. Just trying to let y'all know. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do our toast. First, lifting up our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that Creator, and we say, Ashe. We go over here just in case. All right, just in case. All right. From there, family, we move to our list of our ancestors. We lift up our glass, and we say. But before we say Ashe, totally, we want to read off the list. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Alexander Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George William Walter, Chris Pendergast, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Michael Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, LeVar Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tapper, John Pilar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pet Maya Ra, Nicky Fakor, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bro Pro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Dick L. Pulling, the Luxter Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Mr. Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Chris Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rennerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mayor Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Meldale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weller, Be the Farmer, I Go So Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C.S. Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica, Trisha Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Elijah Patrick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Johns Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankson, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Deborah Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Elvester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Elder Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Luther Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglass Triggs II, Bena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy M. Alexander, Arthur Miller, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brendan Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carter Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Demon Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanterbury, Wilson Hadley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donnie Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edward Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Ann Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Nitty Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Colford, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Jordan Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Urchin Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Legend Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta R. Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Neville Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easy, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shakamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Nazarene Coper, George Swan, and Monia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, Elder Shaka McNair. Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shell Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sally Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Duncan, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Correa, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Munger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Jashandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alalti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Golden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Jamal, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, and Kim Gray. All right. William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray. We raise our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. Of course, you know, right now, we are on Kujichagulia, the greatest day of the week. Shout out to all the Kuji babies. Shouts out to all the Kuji babies. I want to send that out to you. So we are on Kujichagulia, family. I want you to activate your reticular formations. We're going to go out into the world. We are seeking out Kujichagulia today. Seeking it out on this day. It's very visible on this day. All you got to do, some of y'all have already seen it. So once you've seen it, it becomes easier to see it the next time. And the next time you see it become easier and easier. It becomes easier. And in a minute, you will be overwhelmed with the sightings of each one of our principles when we take time to look for them a couple of moments each day, right? So, activate those reticular formations. Get out there and hunt it down. Remember, catch a release. Catch a release. Do not try to hold Kujichagulia for yourself. It's a group thing. All right. For those that don't speak the language, Kujichagulia means self-determination. Justice is the demonic principle. Indigo is the color. I got on the black. Oh, I guess I could have wore the indigo, but I got on the black today. Correspondence. Correspondence is the Hermetic law. Male name is Kwabena. Female name is Abina. Shots out once again. All right, family, here we go. So we raise our glass to the present moment, recognizing our responsibility. We have responsibility in a pact with our ancestors. They're in order, because they have passed us the moments that we are living in. These moments are not our own. These moments are not for us to exercise extreme amounts of greed. By all means, get yours. You know what I'm saying? But in the process of getting yours, can you make sure that you take some of that, you know what I'm saying, use some of that why in that yours and release some of that why so that it becomes ours? Right? We got to work for ours. See, because what good is it for me to become wealthy and leave all my people behind? What is that? What is that? Who's going to be around me to protect and look out for me when everybody in the long game is looking out for their group? And I'm sitting up there all by myself. Who going to secure my wealth? Who can I count on when everybody is working for their tribe? And if they see that you got and somebody in their tribe don't, or a few people in their tribe don't, they coming to get your shit. So please understand, family. We have to rise together, right? We have that responsibility in this now to understand that, because these moments are not ours. These moments belong to the future generations. So we toast this moment right now, and we take the pledge that we will not waste time. We take the pledge that we will do the work We understand that this moment is part of our inheritance that was passed on to us from those that came before us. And it's our responsibility to make sure that there's moments to pass on to the future generations. Because us being here is not guaranteed. And family, please understand, when your bloodline is gone, you're gone. Let me say that again. When your bloodline is gone, you're gone. So raise up the glass for this moment. We say Ashe. From there, we move to our future generations. We salute our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Right? We toast them in advance. We say Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations. We toast all relations, and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, where do we go? Family, from there, it's that selfish toast. What do you need in this moment, right now, to move towards your greatness? Right? To move towards the greater you. So you can see beyond just the little you. Move towards the greater you. Right? And that greater you will be able to help others once you take care of that greater you. Raise that glass. We say Ashe. From there, last but not least, family, I toast the most magnificent, the most beautiful, uplifting, outstanding, inspiring, bravest soul in the room. And I toast you, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And as we say in Gye-Nyame, K-N. Let me go and take a sip. Let me see. Not ready yet. Well, kind of leaving a little dry taste on my mouth there. Okay. Another day. Yeah, I gotta get it together. So I gotta wait for some of this money to come back before I'm able to go out and purchase the honey. I was gonna go out and purchase the honey, but I fucked around and kept on stalling. And then somehow, somebody ordered something on Amazon. But it had to be me or somebody close to me because it's coming straight to me. I don't understand. I don't want this. I'm about to send this shit back. But, so the tea will be ready by the time it get here. Be nice and mellow. But I gotta get ready to get out of here. I get my girls' clothes together and get my son where he needs to be. So family, I want to say peace. Y'all have a great day. You know what I'm saying? Think about you know what I'm saying? We gotta get rid of the back advances in our community. This shit, it's not cool. And motherfuckers just on the outside looking in on our shit. Either that shit's not cool either. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I'm just saying, because we got a lot of people that escape us. I actually believe that they can escape us, escape blackness, and they can't do that shit. Can't do that shit. All right, I'm out. Peace.